After it, I've just felt like they took everything away from me. They took my confidence away. They took me, like, as a person where I'm afraid to go out into the public. They've just took my whole life away in general. And my daughter, she's even afraid to go anywhere. I got better around with hammers, blowtorches, burns. I got my hair cut. I got a hammer stuck to my legs numerous of times. I had skin graft done. I had to get a disc removed from my back from all the blows I've got from Martin bars, baseball bats, hammers and sledgehammers. I have a blowout elbow, which that's not even a real elbow there. That's like a plate going all the way around, like, you know. And my back is still very, very sore. Every day, my legs, I can still feel the pains in my legs from the bangs. On my upper thigh, I have a stab wound. Another one over here on the side of me. I've burns from the older man sticking his crack pipe to my leg. And then he was blaming me that he's nothing left over me. They came in on a riot, but I don't think it was really what they came in. They just put it down as a riot, to be honest with you, in my eyes. I think the neighbours heard me screaming because I screamed at the top of my lungs with the pain of a hammer being held to my leg. And plus, I was getting, because it was like this, we were sitting here, and there was doors behind me, so where I was sitting, I was dealing with two people in front of me, and as we were all walking around opening the doors, I was getting smacks of poles and hammers. I had a sledgehammer stuck in my head, and they put a stripe on my face as well there, and that went away. I was only looking at photos yesterday of it, and that reminded me, I'm just glad that went. It was going down here. They didn't know where to go. They were caught red-handed, but they told me to tell the guards that I was at the being killed in the lane next to them, that they brought me in to help me. But when the guard seen my hair all over the floor, she looked at me and she asked me had I got anything on me. I said no, and I kind of signalled her, and she brought me into the other room. I wouldn't even put a dog, a cat, a rat even would live cleaner than this house. I wouldn't put anybody into it, but that's when I told the guards then that they done it to me. And she was very, very good. She came to the hospital now with me in the ambulance, the guard did, from Pear Street. Support I need right now is support in getting my teeth done. There's so many teeth that are being knocked out of my head. That's why I don't smile that much, because the gaps everywhere. I feel very insecure. I'd like help around a psychologist and a psychiatrist. I'm still waiting on them, and they've got all the access in prison, and I've got none of it. Like, were able to read out their psychiatrist information in court, but like, I'm the victim and I'm going through it all, and I haven't got a psychiatrist yet. I'm on the waiting list. Psychologically, the impact on me, I barely go outside the door. When I do, it's in a taxi. I won't get on public transport. I'm afraid of every fella that walks by me because they all wear the same kind of clothes and they're all young flits. So I'm like, is that them? What is he looking at? I'm paranoid and all now. I'm looking over my shoulder every time I go outside the door. I don't feel safe at all once I leave this building. This is my safe place. This is my safe place. I have no other safe place.